Life has a way of testing us, doesn't it? It throws storms our way, dark, unrelenting tempests that howl through our days and nights, shaking the foundations of who we think we are. Maybe it's a loss that hollows out your chest, a failure that stings like salt in a fresh wound, or a quiet ache that lingers in the spaces where hope used to bloom. These struggles, they come uninvited. They sit heavy on your shoulders, whispering lies that you're not enough, that this pain, this fight, is all you'll ever be. But here's the truth they don't want you to hear: your struggles don't define you. They're not the end of your story. They're not the ink that writes your name across the pages of this wild, messy, beautiful life. No, those battles. They're the forge. They're the fire that tempers steel, the weight that builds muscle, the night that makes the dawn feel like a miracle. Every tear you've shed, every time you've fallen and clawed your way back up, every moment you've chosen to breathe through the chaos, that's not weakness. That's courage. That's the raw, unshakable core of you, glowing brighter with every scar. You're not the sum of what's broken you down, you're the force that rises from the rubble, stronger, fiercer, more alive than before. Think about it. The oak doesn't grow tall because the wind leaves it alone, it stands proud because it's learned to bend, to root deeper, to defy the gales that would uproot it. The diamond doesn't shine until it's pressed, cut, shaped by forces that would crush lesser things. You're no different. These struggles, they're not your chains. They're your chisels. They're carving you into something extraordinary, not despite the hurt, but because of it. So take that pain, that doubt, that shadow that's followed you too long, and make it your reason. Let it fuel you. Let it wake you up each morning with a fire in your belly, a vow in your heart: I will not be small. I will not be silenced. I will not be defined by what tried to break me. Use it to build a life that roars with resilience, a life that says, I've been through the dark, and I've come out shining. You're not alone in this, either. Look around, every soul you meet carries their own invisible wars. That stranger who smiled at you, that friend who listens, that voice inside that refuses to quit, they're proof that survival isn't solitary. We rise together, not because we're flawless, but because we're stubborn enough to keep going. Your struggles don't mark you as less, they mark you as human, as a fighter, as someone who's still here, still reaching for more. So stand up, dust off the ashes, and walk forward. Not because it's easy, but because you can. Because you're forged in fire, rooted in grit, and radiant with a strength the world can't dim. Your struggles. They're not your story's end. They're the reason it's worth telling.